Our task is to create a column graph using the information in columns A and I. The heading is going to be total spent by each person. In our Data tab, we can select the information from column A, hold down Control, and select the information in column I. Then we want to go up into the Insert area, and this time we're going to choose a column graph. And just like before, on the right-hand side, we want to move the chart. We're going to call it bar and say OK. Down the bottom, we now have our bar, data, and pie, and we can drag our bar graph over so that it's next to the pie graph. Once again, we need to edit our heading so that it says total spent by each person. We want to make sure that that is in title case. We also need to make it bigger by going to the Home tab and choosing a nice large font size, and we can make it bold. We also need to have axis titles for our vertical and horizontal. To do this, please go into Chart Design, and we're going to add a chart element. We're going to add our horizontal title, which is down the bottom. We can call it Name, and you'll notice that if you double click, it does give you extra formatting options, so we can make it big and bold. We can then go back up to our Add Chart Element area, and this time round, we're going to add a vertical axis, double click, call it Amount Spent in Dollars. And if you don't see the tools that you need, you can go to the Home tab. Once again, I want it size 14 and bold. If you'd like, feel free to click on the chart and explore the options in Chart Design. Some of them are much more sophisticated than others. Please do make sure that you stick to a 2D chart rather than a 3D chart, as 3D charts can be deceptive. Once you're happy with how your chart looks, go Control P to print. Remember to go into the page setup, and we want to make sure that we have our name in the right side of the header, remembering to use your name and say OK. And we also want a custom footer, and in this case we're wanting to put in the date and say OK. We can then say OK overall. We can do a quick visual check on the preview before we go ahead and print to Microsoft PDF. Save your printout as Phone Charges Bar, and then preview the resulting PDF. When you submit this assignment, remember that you need to submit 5 things: your Excel spreadsheet, and then 4 printed PDFs, your bar chart, the data showing the formula, and the pie chart.